Okay, so let's look at this Olympiad math problem. And here we're going to solve for the values of A, B, and C. And they are told that they're going to be integers. So they're not going to be like, decimals or rational numbers or anything like that. We cannot use a calculator. So here we have a system of two equations, but we got three variables. So we really can't do that with typical, algebraic basic methods. So what we can do is make a new equation by subtracting the top equation from the bottom. So we can get basically a plus bc minus ab plus c. Because that'll be basically 2021 minus 2020. And from there, we'll get a new set of we'll get a new equation. So then here we'll just get a plus bc minus ab minus c is equal to 1. And then we can see that we can factor out an a from here, and then from the ab, so minus b. And we can also factor out a c from here and here. So we'll get plus c times b minus 1. Like the vacuum cleaner going on. Sorry if you guys can hear that. My roommate's vacuuming, it looks like. And then we got equal to 1. And we almost got common factors in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch the sign of this by making c negative. So we're going to have a times 1 minus b minus c. And then that'll make it like a negative b plus 1. But to make it look like this, we'll just make it a 1 minus a b. Then we can straight up and factor this as a minus c times 1 minus b. Okay, now since this product is equal to 1, the only values that a minus c and 1 minus b could be are 1 and 1 or -1 and -1. So you have two possible systems you're going to now need to solve, which are going to be easy now. We'll have a minus c is equal to 1, and then 1 minus b is equal to 1. Because again, 1 times 1 has to be 1. And we also have the other system where a minus c will be -1, and 1 minus b will also be -1. So let's go ahead, let's solve this. So a minus c is 1, and 1 minus b is 1. So then they're going to be equal to each other. So we'll have a minus c equals 1 minus b. Now, since they're both equal to 1, a minus c is equal, we can have 1 is equal to 1 minus b. We're going to replace that with 1, because again, they're both equal to 1. And then that means b is going to be equal to 0. Move this down a little bit. All right, and then we got one answer so far. We got b will be 0. And so then since b is 0, going back to this equation up here, we can find that a plus 0 is equal to 2021. So it's just that a will then be 2021. And now since a is 2021, going to here, we can have that c, or 2021, or do this one actually, whoops. 2021 minus c is equal to 1. So then c is then going to be equal to 2020. 2020. Oops, 2020. There you go. Oh, and the paper wasn't even shown. My bad. Okay, so we have this first system solved for a, b, and c. A is 2021, b is 0, and c is 2020. Now let's look at the second set of equations. Okay, so similar idea. We have a minus c equals -1 and 1 minus b equals -1. So we can set them equal to each other. We can have a minus c equals 1 minus b. And again, make a minus c, just replace it with -1. I don't even know what I did. I could just solve straight up. That was kind of dumb. I could just solve this straight for b. -1 equals 1 minus b. Add the b, take away the 1, or add the 1, then we get b is equal to 2. Okay, now if we have b is equal to 2, doesn't really help us here, but we can pop back up here and get somewhere with the a and c. So let's see if b is 2, we'll have 2a plus c equals 2020. So from here we can have 2a plus c equals 2020. And then we can have that c equals 2020 minus 2a. Let's go down here. C equals 2020 minus 2a. And then we can solve for c or a in here and figure out what, then go ahead and finish our problem up. So let's go ahead, let's do that. Let's plug the 2020 minus, let's plug the 2020 minus 2a into here. So I'm gonna write this in black just so it stands out a little bit. Hopefully I can fit it. So we'll get a minus 2020 minus 2a is equal to -1. I hate squeezing stuff like that. Yeah. So a minus a -2a, so we get 3a minus 2020 equals -1. Add the 2020, we get 3a equals 2019. Divide both sides by 3, we'll get a is 673. And since a is 673, and then we can find c by simply putting 673 minus c into here. And let's go back with the red. 673 minus c equals -1. Add c plus the 1, and we'll get that 674 is equal to c. Okay, so there we go. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you guys come up with a different way. This problem was pretty like strange. I really couldn't find any other ways except going into like advanced linear algebra, like using Cramer's rule and stuff like that. But I don't think, since this is usually in a high school competition class, you're not gonna know that stuff. So let me know if you guys find something, another trick or another way to do this, or any advice on how I went through this. And let me know any other problems you want me to go over. And of course, subscribe and I hope you like it. See you guys in another video.